They need loads of help, don't they?
Big buzzwords.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. All right. So, hi everybody, and welcome to the Q&A AMA Q&A Electric 6 with Dick Valentine. Ask Me Anything. Thanks to everybody for checking us out, and thanks for the questions. How are things over in your bubble?
We're all right. I said the other day that we had the band Zoom meeting, and 3 cities, 2 continents were international. I mean, that's the thing about Zoom, is it brings everyone together in one, not just one spot, but one computer.
One computer.
Yeah, 3 continents, two cities, one computer.
One united computer. I imagined Matt Tompkins he looked like he was just waiting to do another push-up.
Yeah, there was no furniture in that spot, but I was, I was the same way. I mean, I'm a lot older than that kid, so when I was his age, I didn't have furniture either.
Yeah, empty mattress, a couple of cassette tapes.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
All right, so we've got a bunch of questions. Let's get down to business. Again, thanks to everybody for tuning in and staying the hell away from us, which is the safe way to go right now. So we're going to start with a friend, Kevin Mandrake, V Funk of Aldershot. What is it that motivates you to keep Electric Six going and churning out such great albums every year?
Oh, that's easy, Kevin V Mandrafunk. I always said, our band got signed to a record deal when I was 30 years old. So I had my whole 20s of working shit jobs. And so like once we got to do this for a living, go and play festivals and, what other people believe to be shit clubs, to me, that was a great job. So that's what motivates. We just, and it's being taken away from us, the touring, which in a lot of ways is good. We definitely need a break. I don't know if we need a break this long, but that's what's motivated us for the last 17 years to keep getting in the van and keep doing it. It really is a great job. And if you treat it as a job, then you'll be fine. If you treat it as a calling from God, that you think, oh, I was put here to make records and be awesome, then a lot of people run into problems that way. But fortunately, we all have such low self-opinions in this band that we were able to treat it as a chain gang. Wouldn't you agree?
I don't know what you're talking about, man. I was put on this earth to play tambourine in the dark.
Yeah. So that's basically it. We're money motivated, but it's a great job, and that's why we do it. It's a lot of fun to go places. I mean, I know I'm taking a long time on this question, but when we started the band, I never thought we'd leave Detroit. So it might sound crazy to you that we want to come to some of the shit towns in England or the shit towns in Belgium. But that's exciting, and it still is to this day.
That's correct.
And that's the end.
That's the end.
Yeah.
Okay. Question number 2 comes from Ashley Engelhart. My husband, Charlie Engelhart, proposed to me on stage in the middle of your set in Fargo.
That's so weird. That's my husband's name, too.
In case you were wondering.
I always knew he had another family somewhere.
My other husband, Charlie Engelhart, proposed to me on stage in the middle of your set in Fargo, North Dakota in 2011. We've been happily married almost 8 years now, and that night still gets talked about all the time. Have you helped any other couples pop the question, how do you feel about being asked to help with special moments like that? One of them comes to mind for me. It's Maxwell's.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know as well as I do. I mean, I think there's been 4 or 5 on-stage proposals. Pat and Jesse Doval in Memphis, that's worked out really well. And then we had the one in Maxwell's, which in Hoboken, New Jersey, which didn't go so well. But we always say yes to that because it's just so much fun. It breaks up our show. It gives us something to look forward to in the middle of improper dancing. So I mean, it's great that we can be a part of people's marriages going forward, and we've played weddings and we've done, we've been a part of people's relationships. People meet through Electric Six. So yeah, it's cool. We enjoy doing it. No problem doing it. And congratulations. And also congratulations on living in Fargo. I mean, there are times I just want to pack it in and move there. So
When the world is burning, we'll still have Herbert and Gerbert.
no, yeah, exactly. It's all good. This is great. 2 questions in.
2 questions in. Here we go. All right. Our next question comes to us from guest questionnaire and E6 correspondent Andy D. D.
Anthony Lombard of Garden City, Michigan says, I would love some background and context regarding the green building. Thanks, guys.
Oh, sure. Yeah, the green building is Domino's Farms it's north of Ann Arbor, Michigan. So my mom lives in Whitmore Lake, which is about 10 miles up the road from Ann Arbor, and I would go hang out in Ann Arbor at night and then drive back and see Domino's Farms, which is the headquarters of Domino's Pizza, the world headquarters of Domino's Pizza, lights up green at night. In the day, it's like a brick building. You barely even notice it, but then at night, it's this just ominous neon green. And because it's Domino's Pizza, I always equated that with like, this is where you go when you die. Like when you die, where do you go? You go to Domino's Farms at night. So the green building is a metaphor for death. It's Domino's Farms, and it's just such a unique place. It's a very special place to me. So that's what it is. That's a green building. But there's other, the Devo music building on the Sunset Strip is also like a green flying saucer. So every now and then I've thought of that. I think there's some of those Russian buildings are green.
I sang in an elementary school choir at the green building in Ypsilanti.
This is a green building in Ypsilanti?
Well, the Domino's building.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah.
During the avoid the Noid years.
Yeah, but that's it. That's a simple question too.
Laura Ayers of Ireland, Laura, says, "What's your favorite lyric you've written recently? Also, you are amazing."
Oh,
with all those exclamation points.
Thank you, love. I'm gonna go with the part on the solo song I have, Duran Duran Princess Di, about Nigel Farage, because you have to. I'm not gonna say it here, but you have to listen to the song, and that's to me that rings true to this day. So, yeah.
Have to listen to it to get the lyric. Also, Wash Your Hands is a good one, which is on the song.
We're next week, next couple weeks, we're gonna put out a new song. So, a very topical song.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Kevin Trey of Facebook says, "What are your hobbies or interests outside of music? What else can I talk to you about when I see you before the show?"
Oh, that's great. Anything and everything. We're always stimulating conversationalists. So, and I don't know if there's going to be another show, Kevin. So,
you have to find him online.
You got about 18 months to think about that.
Fall of 2021, come find us. We'll be at Chicken Shack again.
Yeah.
All right, Nicole Beatrice, I probably fudged that.
Boutros Ghali.
Nicole Boutros of the internet says, "Is it okay to offer to buy y'all drinks whenever we see y'all at the bar before your show? I saw y'all in Dallas last year, but got too shy to offer."
Woo! Rootin' tootin' it. I mean, sure, it's okay. I mean, we're not. Go ahead and buy us a drink.
That's the correct answer. Except don't buy me a drink. You wouldn't like me a drink.
Yeah, one third of the band is a drink funnel. So yeah, that's fine. Thank you, love. Thank you. And I'm sorry about your late husband, Boutros. he was one of the good ones. Yeah. One of the good Boutroses.
Keeper. Yeah. Will DeBoer of Hackensack, Missouri says, "Are there?" What's that?
Not New Jersey, but
Hackensack, Minnesota. I'm sorry.
Oh, wow. All right.
I screwed it up. That's the information I was fed.
That came out of the machine. You think you know? You think you know all the Hackensacks and
there is a Hackensack, New Jersey.
That's the big one.
That's the Fountains of Wayne.
The Hackensack of record.
Okay. Will has to say to you this right now. Are there any E6 songs that have a weird or disturbing backstory as to how they were written?
I don't really think we're that weird or disturbing. I look at this as like a rated G band, maybe rated PG-13, but I think everything is face value. I mean, I try to leave the lyrics open to interpretation, but it's not coming from a sinister or deviant place. So, off the top of my head, after a long day of sitting around, I can't think of anything.
I'd say we're more of the we're not so much the Lars von Trier of rock and roll as the Blumhouse.
Not so much the Lars von Trier.
So don't get a lyric. That's the answer. Okay, the next question comes from E6 guest questionnaire and correspondent Keith Thompson, aka Smorgasbord. Smorgy.
Eric Phillips of South Amherst, Ohio, right? South Amherst, Ohio wants to know, what is the recipe for love during a pandemic?
During a pandemic, well, we've been playing a lot of the board game Pandemic, which is it's good to eat away the time. I don't know. I mean, I've been telling a lot. I got two small kids during this pandemic, so and you can't get a sitter. They're not going to school. Not a lot of free time, so it's you take the love and the time when you can get it. But for the most part, this is like a kind of what like Carol and Mike Brady were going through, but with two kids.
The recipe for love is distance and patience.
Put us all in a square and just have us look up at each other. That's be all right.
Excellent. That's correct.
Yeah.
Okay, Brett Lavelle of Richardson High School has to say, how did you finally escape Ohio?
Me personally, moved to Detroit. I was the new kid in ninth grade at my high school, which was interesting because when you're new in ninth grade, everyone just assumes you went to the other middle school, so nobody knows you're a new kid at that point. Like it's kind of cool. It's like they just assume that you must have gone to the other middle school and therefore you must have your own friends. So ninth grade, I mean, this is a different answer but to me, ninth grade was like the weirdest, loneliest time of my life because I was just thrown into a situation and you don't even get the cadre of being the new kid. It's like you're just there. And it was very strange. And it was one of my probably the most formative year of my life because it taught me how to not have any friends at all. And I think that's kind of when I started writing songs. And that was when I escaped Ohio. And I had a lot of friends in Ohio. So that's the answer to that question.
Good one.
Yeah, it was all right. When I lived in Sylvania, Ohio, which it was a lot like Beverly Hills 90210. And then I moved to Berkeley, Michigan, and that was a lot more like Ozzy, stoner rock kind of stuff. And so that was a culture shock for me too.
By the time we hit Columbus, I'm usually ready to escape Ohio.
Yeah, I mean, I feel you. I feel you there. It's not the best. It's not the worst, and that's why they kind of test new products there. I think that's the thing about Ohio is like if they come up with like Crystal Pepsi or a new brand of like Camel cigarettes or something. They always test it in Ohio because that's America right there. Yeah,
Sleepy heart of the Midwest.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right. Claire Jones of Internet says, what does Dick think is E6's sexiest and greatest love song?
Probably Sex with Somebody. That one just moved me. I want to have sex. I want to have sex with somebody. Anyone who will have sex with me.
I'm picturing Matt doing Hoosiers calisthenics in the background.
Yeah, that's right.
Jenna Jane of Daly City, California.
Ah.
For going on 12 years, E6 is the only band I can listen to at any time when I'm in a good mood, bad, sad, angry, whatever. Is there a band that you're still not sick of hearing?
Yeah, for me, I mean, a lot. Like, I mean, Depeche Mode right off the bat for me, and I think maybe for you as well. That's the big one for me. I'm huge into Depeche Mode. That's the band that just makes me feel good at any point. But there's lots of them. The Allman Brothers as well. Depeche Mode and the Allman Brothers, I think, are the big two.
I like to bounce between the dress themed songs for Depeche Mode. New Dress, you got Blue Dress.
Yeah.
Stace McStace of Overtown, Lanarkshire says, what was the inspiration for Smog Cutter Love Story? Would you ever re-record it? Please say yes.
I mean, maybe. The second question. I mean, it would be fun to re-record it. Do I have the time or the resources to do it? I don't know. Inspiration for that was I wanted to do my own record after 5 years with the Wild Bunch. Kind of when we were doing the songs of the Wild Bunch, we if you're familiar with the song "Computer" off of Rock Empire, which is it was a really good song from that era. But we were going on the 5th recording of Computer, and I remember saying to myself, "My God, why are we re-recording a song that nobody's gonna hear?" Like, and so I was just like, I'm gonna go do my own record and do it my own way, and that was kind of it. So, and a lot of those songs weren't meant to be in Electric Six, even though one of them became an Electric Six song. It was after 5 years of recording with other people, I wanted to go in and just do the whole thing myself, and that was it. And yeah, it was fun to do that because I did it in shifts after work. I had like a day job, and I would like go out to Ann Arbor and record for like 3 hours, 4 days a week, and then over the course of 2 months, I had a record that way. So it was an interesting way to do it.
That was your Pretty Hate machine.
I guess so. I don't know.
Night Shift.
Yeah, I don't know the backstory behind that, but I do think yeah, they're very similar records.
That's right. Trust me, that was your Pretty Hate.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Natalia Telha of Pink Lemonade says, what artists or bands would you like to work with and put a song together?
Oh, I mean, Gordon Lightfoot, right off the top of my head, I would like to work with him. He's back playing shows. I would like to do a troubadour show with him. He's the Canadian troubadour.
Yes.
And then, yeah, off the top of my head, that's it. What about you? If we could share the stage or work with anybody, who it would be?
I was asked that question yesterday, and he was one of the people, believe it or not.
Lightfoot, Gord's Gold.
Gord's Gold. It gives me that easy, peaceful feeling when I'm driving for 16 hours across the country in the van with trailer.
He actually played while we were on tour. My friends here in the city went to go see him, and they said it was awful, and that broke my heart. They just said it was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen him?
I've never seen him. No. So.
Well, I mean, like now the way he looks like Prince Philip plus 20 years. He looks like a wraith.
That checks out.
So I mean, it is a show of some kind, but
yeah,
not the kind you want from Gord.
Yeah.
Okay, Rick Paul of Saskatoon says every time you play Saskatoon, DV seems to know what's going on in the city. What kind of research does he do to be so in tune with the cities in which he plays?
I just go to saskatoon.ca. and, look at I click on click on some of the links. I click on some of the links there. Yeah, just go on saskatoon.ca and click on some of the links there.
Final question of the first half.
All
right, man.
My electrolytes.
We're getting there. We're getting there. Ann Coates of Wally Range, Greater Manchester says, when you coming down for a Salford piss-up, mate? You ain't lived.
Is that so? Yeah. Yeah, I want to do that. I'm in.
That's correct.
Yeah. A Salford piss-up.
I couldn't resist.
Yeah, fair enough.
I believe it's silence. It's silence, it's space. It's giving yourself and the people around you as much silence and space as they can handle. And through that you can find yourself. You can find the sound from the birds you'll hear and the blowing wind in nature. It'll come back to you in ways that you forgot about. And in that memory, you'll remember what's important. Thanks.